Premiere has a built-in effect panel, but it sometimes leaves a lot to be desired. There's a lot of effects that I feel like should already be built into Premiere. In this video, we're going to create 5 presets that you can put inside your effect panel so you can speed up your workflow for future edits. And you can reuse them for every project after you make them. Let's start with just a simple zoom preset. Premiere doesn't have a zoom preset automatically built in. So to create one, add your clip on your timeline, open up the effects panel, then search for the transform setting and drag it onto the clip. In the effect controls, find your transform setting, then set the shutter angle to 180. Then set your playhead where you want the zoom to start, then click the stopwatch under scale to create the first keyframe at 100. Move your playhead forward about 10 to 14 frames, then change your scale to something like 120. Then highlight both of your keyframes, right click, and choose ease in. Then in the effect controls, select the word transform, right click, and choose save preset. Name it smooth zoom, then click OK. Now if you go up to the effect panel, it'll be there for you to use in future videos. And if you did it right, it should look something like this. The next preset we're going to make is the vertical flick transition. In your timeline, place 2 clips next to each other, then create an adjustment layer and drag that adjustment layer on top of your track above your cut. Go to the effect panel, search for directional blur, and drag it onto the adjustment layer. In the effect control panel, set the direction to 90 degrees and set blur length to 0. Move your playhead to the center of your adjustment layer where your 2 clips meet and click the stopwatch next to blur length to create a keyframe. Go 5 frames back and set the blur length to 0. Then go back to the center keyframe and set your blur length to 200. Then move 5 frames forward and set your blur length to 0. Select all 3 keyframes and easy ease them. Then go back to the effect panel, search for brightness and contrast, and then drop that onto the same adjustment layer. Then at that first keyframe, set brightness to 0. Then at your next keyframe where your 2 clips meet, set your brightness to 70. Then go 5 more frames forward to where your effect ends and set it back to 0. And then again, make sure you easy ease all of these keyframes. Now head up to the effect panel, grab the transform effect, and apply that to the adjustment layer. Uncheck composition shutter angle and set the shutter angle to 180. Then go up to the effect controls and control click directional blur, brightness and contrast, and transform. Right click and click save preset. Name it vertical flick transition, and then you'll have that in your effect panel for future use. And if you did it right, it should look something like this. The next effect is going to be the whip pan transition. Take your 2 clips and place them on your timeline shaped like this. Then go up to the effect panel, type in transform and apply it to the top layer. Then go up to the effect controls, uncheck composition shutter angle, and change the shutter angle to 360. In the last frame of the top clip, go up to your position and move your frame all the way to the left. Then go 4 frames back and place it back at its original position. Then highlight both keyframes, right click, and easy ease them. And then if you did it right, you should have something that looks like this. The next effect is going to be the strobe transition. Place 2 clips next to each other on your timeline, then create an adjustment layer. And drag the adjustment layer and place it above the cut on your 2 clips. Make the adjustment layer about 12 frames long. Then in the effect panel, search for brightness and contrast and drag it on the adjustment layer. And move your playhead to the start of your adjustment layer. Then click the stopwatch next to brightness and create your first keyframe at 0. Move your playhead forward until your clips meet and set the brightness to 80. Then move your playhead the same amount of frames forward and set your brightness to 0. Then select all your keyframes and easy ease them. Then go back to the effect panel and search for Gaussian blur and apply it to the adjustment layer. At the first keyframe at the beginning of your adjustment layer, start it at 0. Where your clips meet, ramp it up to 30. And then at the end, set it back to 0. And then make sure to easy ease all these keyframes as well. Now select your adjustment layer, select Alt and drag upward to duplicate it. Then we're going to trim it down to half the length. We're going to reduce the peak brightness from 80 down to 40 and reduce our blur down to 15. And then we're going to move this forward 2 frames in the timeline to offset it. And then finally, go to your effect panel, type in transform and apply it to your adjustment layer. And then uncheck composition shutter angle and set the shutter angle to 180. And then we're going to create a slight movement. So at the beginning of your adjustment layer, set a keyframe for scale at 100. Where your clips meet, set it for 110. And at the end of your adjustment layer, set it for 100. And make sure to easy ease all these keyframes as well. Then in your effect controls, select brightness and contrast, Gaussian blur, and transform. Right click and hit save preset, name it strobe transition, and then you'll have this in your effect panel for future use. And if you did it correctly, it should look something like this. And then our final effect is going to be the color flash preset. First, put your clip on your timeline, and then create an adjustment layer and drag it on top of your clip. Then go to the effect panel, type in tint, and drag it onto your adjustment layer. Then go up to your effect control and set matte black to the color of your choosing, and then set map white to the same color. Go to the start of your adjustment layer, set a keyframe for the amount of tint at 0, then go 7 frames forward and set another keyframe at 60%, then go 7 more frames forward, and then set your final keyframe at 0%. Then highlight all these keyframes, right click, and easy ease them. And then if you did it right, it should look something like this. And those are 5 custom presets that you can make that should have been in Premiere to start with. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow for another video.